Okay, guys. I'm really sorry about the um what happened in the last video. I guess I was having some difficulty with my mic. But we are all good over here. If when you guys come in, if you guys could hit that like button, and then we're gonna go ahead and finish off this video. Tokyo Tony, she goes in and she just basically tells Nature Boy what he is. She calls him out for what he is. And I don't blame her. You cannot, sometimes with Nature Boy, you have to, if you're talking to him, you want to sit and just try to get as much out of him as you can. So sometimes you have to kind of pacify him so that you can get those questions answered. I totally get Tony not being able to sit and keep her mouth shut too long, because it is hard. I mean, you feel like it's hard to watch these videos of him. So I can understand how she just right away, you just want to just go in. You want to go in and tell him what you think. So we're going to get back to this video, and if you guys come in, you guys hit that like button for me. I would appreciate that. Yeah, so let's get back to this video.
Say, I'm not that. He can't. I am not that, but this is what I am. What are you, Nature Boy?
He's a nature freak.
I'm your man. I'm the black man. I'm the
You don't belong to me. Hold up, Nosy. Go, what you say?
Number one, I define who I am.
Okay. Do it.
Can you let me? All right, let her talk. Well, I'm gonna let her talk.
So guess what? Where's the love? Do you have any love? Any? Be honest. Be honest.
He's being childish right now and saying, I'm going to just let her talk and not answering anything. So everybody just give him the floor and just let him speak.
Yes. I can agree with that. Do you have love in you? Do you have any love anywhere for anything or anybody? Do you? Be honest. I mean, we're all grown. We really don't give a fuck because ain't nobody can tell you. Like, come on. Let him have the floor. He got it. But he has to be poked. You have to poke the bear. He's a dominant male. You have to poke the bear. You can't say one thing to him.
He's not dominant. A dominant man would have spoke up for himself by now. He's not dominant. I'm a sex worker. I know a dominant man when I see one. That's a little boy.
Okay. Well, he has the right to it. He has we have Indian dominion.
You guys hit that like button for me.
Wait a minute. I think it would be better if we started this from number 5. Welcome to these YouTube streets. Welcome to
hello everybody. Hello panel.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Number 2, I have a question for you.
Go.
Nature Boy, my question, number 1, I want to know this. If separation is an illusion, correct? Yes? Okay, so separation is an illusion. But anytime you speak to someone, you're speaking to yourself, correct? Okay, and everybody over there, and also in Babylon as well, you're our higher self, correct? Okay, so here's my question. If separation is an illusion and you're higher self, so when I'm speaking to myself, I'm speaking to my higher self. But when you speak to the women and you call them all kind of bitches and hoes, are you not speaking to self?
Say yes. So in that same tone, that means he called himself a bitch and a hoe. And he admitted. Great question. That still stems back to the number one question. Do you have any love in you? You called yourself a bitch and a hoe and you're fucking concubines. So, do you have any love is? Do you want to know what it is?
But he does have lovers.
Not lovers.
No, not at all, Tucker. That's not what I'm saying. He has love. He doesn't have, and I'm not speaking about external. I'm speaking about internal. Nature Boy loves self.
Yeah, obvious.
Yeah, just like Satan loves himself. I like Tokyo. I like her questioning. Like she does not let up off of him, and she's not going to. I hope.
That's why the question is anything else. He don't like babies. He don't like women. And like he's a free spirit. He considers himself as a free spirit. That's why he can have sex with men, women. The next question is, do you have sex with animals?
That's a good. She calls him out. She calls him out for all of it. You guys, if you guys could hit that like button for me.
Sex with animals. Are you any kind of bestiality? I mean, that's an honest question. You're nature boy for a reason. Are you fucking dogs or goats or?
I mean, honestly, that's a situation that's already out there. I mean, the man said he let a dog lick his penis. I mean,
Oh my
that's a
gosh.
non-factor.
No.
I shared that game on my.
All right. So we learn something new every day. So you mean to tell me that he let a dog do that to him? And then there's people out there, okay? People out there who, when somebody is telling the truth about this that's going on, they would rather drag you down and tell lies on you, run you through the mud to protect this thing right here. Just why? Because they're making money off of him? Yeah, if they let somebody like you, meaning me and other people who's trying to tell the truth about this, if they let people like us that tells the truth keep going, then they're not going to keep making money off of this guy. Because they know eventually he's going to go down.
On my YouTube. Now I admire you for doing that big porn, because at least that was consensual with adults. But the dogs, is that true, Nature Boy? And why should black women touch you?
Why is he not?
That no.
Let him talk. Let King Nature Boy talk. Go ahead, we waiting. All these black bitches waiting. Come on. Talk.
How you doing, Jaguar?
Hello, Nature Boy.
My name is Nature Boy. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Welcome
I like to be, me personally, I like to be referred to as Chief or Baba G. But you can call me Nature Boy if you like. Nature Boy really is my label. You know, that's just my brand.
I want to ask you a question about that. What made you choose that?
Well, because nature is our God. We're children of nature. You know, nature is our God. Before there was a Bible, before there was a Quran, there was what sustained your life, which was the earth and the planet.
Before then, it was a Samaritan.
Do you see how he likes to twist the Bible and twist the truth of God? He likes to say, oh, before before anything there was nature. Yeah, nature where? In the Garden of Eden? And that's what he's talking about, because that's the same evil demonic spirit that came from the Garden of Eden. And that's why he's using all this nature stuff, okay? The knowledge, et cetera, et cetera. And this is an ancient demon that you're dealing with here, an ancient demon. And so no, God came before the Garden of Eden. He came before that. He created that.
Are you still with us?
Yeah, Coke started talking, so he stopped. The floor is yours. We're waiting.
Okay, yeah. So that's why I named myself Nature Boy, as a humbling, as a child of the earth. You know, as nature. You know, and, we're children of God, and God is nature.
He's
so
an idiot.
I'm God's child. So that's why I mean that's my brain.
Okay.
I'm a chief. I'm the Messiah of African American people and all people on this planet. I bring Christ consciousness. When I say I'm the Messiah, I mean I'm the messenger of God, which is actually, you know, the mind, which is you. You know, essentially is you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I just wanted to introduce myself, and you came on my panel the other day. I don't know if you realized it.
No, I did. Like I was saying earlier before you got here, when I saw Malia, I wanted to join because I wanted to hear from her. I wanted to hear her speak. I was very affected by the images that I saw of her sick. And me and my crew, we prayed for her constantly for her recovery. And everyone was so confused as to why she went back. And honestly, for me, I want to know what is the appeal, what is the attraction. From what I can see, you're intelligent. And these women that I've spoken to, whether they are still a part of Carbon Nation or not, all intelligent. But there's some connection that happened. And from what I've gotten from all of them, you offered them a path to something that they were looking for. And you provided that, you came through, but they said once that happened, something changed in the relationship, and the relationship turned. So my question is, as a Baba, which is a spiritual leader, how do you involve the corporal punishment, like the fight with the two women? I think Velvet was one of them. You know, the intra-fighting, if we are all one and we are all of one consciousness, why would you have two of the women that you're intimately involved with that you're trying to help elevate to a higher spiritual level? Why would you encourage them to devolve? Why would you encourage them to act like animals with each other and fight each other and hurt each other when they're all there for love?
Exactly.
Can I jump in real quick?
As you guys can see, Jaguar, she's good. She knows how to get in there and ask the right questions, and she's probably really thought about this before she went on and talked to him live, because she knows how to question him and how to word things that's going to keep him there so she can get more answers out of him. Now, Tokyo Toni, she's a different story. She wants to go in on him.
Sure.
Okay, so at Nature Boys, I know where that's going. So let's nip that in the bud too. I heard you say that they have been going at it. They have been basically calling out each other, and you have been trying to keep them from fighting because Velvet, she has her place, Malia had her place, and they were starting to blur the lines. And you were doing everything that you could to keep them from fighting, but then you had basically enough, and you let them fight. Am I correct?
That is correct.
No, that is not correct. You guys, if you remember the other video I did a while back, this nature freak, he was, I guess, okay, I guess they were downstairs wherever they're at, and he had the men fighting, okay, and then when they were done with that, they went upstairs and wanted to see if the women wanted to fight, and then Velvet told him that she wanted to fight Malia. And Malia said, no, I don't want to fight. So Malia went to the bathroom just to get away from it. And she ended up getting beat on 3 different occasions that night just because she wouldn't apologize to Velvet for not wanting to fight her. Because, I mean, there was no other reason. And she wouldn't apologize. She didn't understand what she was apologizing for. She just didn't want to fight her. So, no, he encourages them to fight.
Okay, so there, we got that out of the way.
Everybody talks about all the salacious stories, but how many people are talking to the girls who have left?
Right.
We had one of these women sit. Wait a minute. We had one of these women sit in our meeting, and this woman right here, number 5, she has been studying and tracking this man for years now. Her name is Holly. Holly, please explain to them what we're dealing with. Sometimes in an obsession, you putting down trash, you become obsessed with that same shit.
Okay, real quick.
Doing to the death. You got
Wait.
what you're doing to the
Just
survivor.
give me 1 second. Just give me 1 second. I see a comment that I want to address. Tina and Pops, you said, do y'all really know the details? Tina, this is the one that
You guys,
I'm always
if you guys could hit that like button.
Well, what does mean?
I have a degree in psychology. This is what I do. And I have been tracking this whole situation through many names of different people, through many different names of the cult itself for the last 4 years. I've been in the trenches for the last 4 years. That's why, even though she is right, we're all 5 different people with 5 different realities and 5 different ways of coming. You know, my personality is not the same as Tony's or Jack's or Nosey's, because, you know, the way that I'm going to come at the
No disrespect, but in 5 years, you've been in the trenches and you haven't seen anything enough that you could call the police on? Or have you? I mean, I'm confused. I maybe she has.
situation is the way that I know how to. I'm going to come at it in a very diplomatic and very educated situation, because I know that when you come at him, especially as a woman, he cannot deal with women that are as strong as we all are. So, I mean, that's why I had to dial it back and say, okay, let's have a conversation that doesn't involve yelling, because you have got some things to answer for you too. That's why when you said about the whole bestiality thing, I was like, he's not going to answer that. Let me answer that. Yes, that's already done. He had his dog suck his penis.
You guys, if you guys come into the stream, if you guys could please like this video.
Listen, number 5. This is what I wanted to say. Number 5. He deflected the whole time. When you had already went through the whole fight. That's just been none and ball. We sitting there been talking about the fight.
That's perfectly fine.
But number 4, that's what I just said.
That's what she does. You're making. Wait a minute, hold on. Molly, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Number 4, understand this. You're making it sound like we don't know that that's what he was going to do. That's what we expected him to do.
Exactly.
We expected him to deflect. We expected him to not answer. We expected him to skirt it around. But the thing is, if you're going to ask black women to have respect for what you're doing, you're going to have to get that permission from real black women. And guess what? All of them ain't going to like you. Like I said to him when Tokyo left, I can't make her say anything other than what she wants to say. We're in Babylon, right? Wait a minute, this is Babylon? There's freedom. No, listen to me. There's freedom of speech. He doesn't have the right to tell anybody how to speak on this platform. And I, as the host of this platform, am not going to silence anybody that's got something to say. But what you got to understand is we're setting a bear trap. Because there's no reason why he should be able to do what he's been doing for all of these years, and it's nothing more than entertainment. And no lawyers, no lawmen, no feds, no nothing.
Can I speak? Wait a minute, hold on. Wait a minute, Tokyo, before you say something. Number 4, can you drop down?
Hold on, let me just say.
Wait. Before you say something, Jag, Velvet, her pop, her father, and her Tina are in the chat right now. So, number 4, say what you want to say, but then I'm gonna need you to drop down because I need Velvet's parents to come out.
All right, this is what I want.
Actually, you know what? Can you drop down Louisiana Mook, because we do need to speak with Velvet's parents.
All right.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, let me say what I wanted to say. Yeah.
I just want to say real quick.
1 second, Queen.
Being a mother, okay, being a mother and having a child,
you keep cutting in and out.
okay, can you hear me now?
A little better.
Okay. I said, I have a daughter. These girls, grown women, double step, 2 step, belly.
You guys, on this video, they're not miking down, so there's a bad echo in their video. So just try to follow along as best as you can, okay? And if you could hit that like button for me when you come in the room, I would really appreciate that.
Mute the panel, Jag.
All right, we got to mute the panel.
And then
1 second, talk, because we couldn't hear you and you had something really important to say.
no problem. Ready? Y'all hear me? Okay. This is what before her. 1. Whether her ego platform makes no sense to me. Let's talk to them too if they won't. It don't make sense to me. You have a grown daughter, then you have number 5, a therapist, a fucking therapist that can see hurt, harm, danger, follow for 4 years, and never an act at the CIA, an act at the FBI.
Isn't that what I just said? I just said that. She's been following them, this group, all this time. And she says she literally was working in the trenches. When she was hiding in the bushes or doing what she was doing, she never saw nothing. She followed them. I mean, you know, she's letting on like she's some big time, you know, undercover. She never saw nothing to report back to the FBI. That's what I want to know. Tokyo Toni, she asked all the good questions. Jaguar Wright, she did too. Don't get me wrong. They just have a different way of going at it.
It never happened? I'm curious. Might be funny. Hold tight. No, wait a minute, Toke. You got to talk to her because she has. Okay.
That's what I want to know.
Now, So she gonna watch this. Women that seeks pure love had none, whether they was abused, left, carried, bullied, whatever. They seek some type of companionship at some point in their life. Mm-hmm. He is a smooth girl. He's a smooth talker. Okay, he probably, excuse my French, ladies and gentlemen, he probably a big dick. His stroke is probably on 1,000. Okay, then you get these strong Dominion women. They not weak bitches that's too big that's fighting. They not sitting on there like, I don't want to fight. They wrecking each other, but they're fucking sister. What you call back in there, wife-in-laws or whatever you call this shit. I don't know if go. Oh, your wife-in-laws. So when you suck his dick, he eating his ass. Let me tell you something. Brainwashing and ultra mind control. Think they shake hands. They shake hands. This is the same fucking process. You get them in. Get them in. Then you got the nature boy. I know. I'm agreeing with everything you're saying. I'm agreeing with everything you're saying, which is why I said him turn on here. Well, because I think people should hear what they're experiencing. What's left? And why is she not on here?
Okay, can we go into the back and pull up screen name Tina and Pop?
Could be what? Bash this man? Actually, no. I don't think it's a matter of that at all. I mean, bro, this is what I wanted. I'm gonna tell you.
Tina is not coming to bash this man, but Tina, like the wife, the main wife, the youngest child's mother, is literally in her home right now. So if anybody can tell you about her besides her, it's her mother.
We don't care about that. We want to know. Listen to me. Listen to what I'm saying. I know, but listen. Let's say we don't care about that. It's not in the sense of we don't care. My words may be harsh. What I mean by that is, why not to her? Be an example. I never heard of this nigga before. Because I'll go through here. Well, she is speaking out now. Where is she? On her own platform. She don't trust nobody. And I can't. So therefore, if she don't trust nobody, she on her platform. Still deal with him. She not still dealing with him. She not still dealing with him. Actually, it's even worse. Listen to me. I need you still home shit. Toke, I need you to listen. She's actually been the one that's been coming out telling people things that nobody has heard recently. Like what happened to the baby that died. Okay. There was a baby that died. Okay, did you know? That's a storyline. Come tell it.
Where is it?
I hear what you're saying, but Toke, Hollywood go. I know how bullshit go. You was just caught. Not everybody is like us, Toke. Not everybody is as strong as us. For real. I'm willing to accept that. I'm willing to accept that there are some people that are just not as strong as me. And guess what? The things that you'll do and I'll do, truth is, 80% of most women wouldn't do. So that's what makes you valuable. That's what makes you powerful, because you teach power to people that don't find none. That's what makes you the teacher. But not everybody had you as a teacher. I want her to stand on her own feet and go on. And guess what? She will. She will. But we gotta let these women come out when they come out. We can't badger them into talking about. Listen to me. This dude got these women. He got these women believing he's God. You know, and I know that no man down here is God. You know, and I know that. So how did he get so good at convincing people and tricking people into believing it?
Women were not taught by their parents, had no love, had no guidance, wasn't told, I got your back. That's why.
I mean, that could be true, or maybe she had good parents and there was an aunt that downloaded her with a bunch of bullshit because she was jealous of her mama and taught her how to be a bad girl. It happens in families all the time, Toke.
Fucking is she grown? I'm sorry.
I hear you, and you got every right to feel that way. But I do think it's important that people hear from the family, because these girls that come out of these cult situations, it's not easy.
Let's rearrange the word. He's a boy. By name.
I mean, they haven't been women while they were property. They were property. Did you hear the way he went in on Nosy? Ooh, I could see you being me. Instantly. He erases their identity, puts his there, tells them he's the Messiah, he's the best, and they believe it. I just want to know why. Why do they believe him?
That's what I want to know. That is exactly what I want to know. Why do they believe him? I'll tell you why they believe him. Because they also have a demonic spirit before they even get there. Most of them have dabbled in witchcraft or voodoo, or, you know, they've opened the door for that. Like it or not, they have.
Even back here. Right. Yeah.
I'm see. It's the what happens after for me. You know what I mean? I need to know where this goes.
I'm not getting on this platform. Not her.
She won't speak on anybody's platform until.
I said her parents are on platform, not her.
I don't think she'll come, and I can't say that I blame her. These are.
You're not listening. I said your parents are not on her platform.
No, because they got, because I had already spoken with Tina and I let her know that this panel was going to be put together, and someone sent Tina this link. She knew I was going to be here. That's why she's here.
Okay, go ahead.
I can't find her.
I'm quiet.
Yeah, the energy is not right for her.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, if it's listen to me. This is.
No.
Let me start by saying
she's in the comments. She has.
I see her in the comments.
Yeah.
Oh. Look, I don't want anybody here thinking that we're here to beat up on nobody or that we're here to tear anybody apart. I want to get to the bottom of why this guy is so effective, so we can figure out a way to stop this from happening to more young Black women.
I agree with you. That's exactly what more people need to be doing. But so many people are out there looking to make money off this guy that they, if they catch wind that somebody is close to maybe wanting to take him down, they will, these bloggers, certain bloggers who are in with Nature Boy, they will come after you and bring you down by smearing your name and making you look bad just to keep him going so they can keep making money off of him.
he has turned this into like a some kind of make a hoe factory, make a slave factory. How do we stop this from happening to another woman?
Well, we had the person who really could have given us that information. But I mean, like I said, you have to know the way to come at him, because he's going to do this, what he just did, every time. And if like you come to him on his platform and you try to give him the energy, that type of energy, well, he's going to give you that type of energy back. He's going to be all kind of bitches, hoes, and everything in between.
Oh, I know. Which is why I wasn't going to engage him with that. Because the truth is, what he wants is for me to go off on him. So he can say that I went off on him, and so that he can use. But see, this is the thing.
So,
while he's sitting there.
But wait. What he wants to do is flip it and say, this is why these black bitches, because of course he says that black women are the black man's downfall. That was one of my other questions I needed to have an understanding about. If black women are the downfall of the black woman, and once again, going back to separation is an illusion, and the white man has to be beat out of the black woman because she is for the black man, then doesn't that mean so separation is an illusion, that the black man is actually the downfall for the black woman, and the white man needs to be beat out his ass too?
Well, the thing, I mean, I hear what you're saying, but at the end of the day, it's a circular conversation with him. It's always going to be a circular conversation with him. He's never going to allow anyone to break rank. He's never going to admit anything he doesn't want to admit. And his only, how did Serenity say it? Everything he does is for attention.
Exactly.
That's what Serenity said to us herself. Everything he does is for attention. And the second you get into that negative thing with him, he's using it to convince another woman why he's the guy.
You guys, if you come into the live, please hit the like button.
Yeah. See how they act. See how they are. And this is why you need to follow me. We got to break down. We got to beat down the psychology that he's using. You're not going to beat his hustle. His hustle is assured. Like his hustle is set. This is a whole ATM. You're not going to knock his hustle. His hustle is strong. He is taking intelligent young black women and convincing them that their minds aren't good enough. Right. And that they need his mind to be better. Mm-hmm. And when you put people in a situation where they're not even questioning how sane they are or how rational they are, oh, honey, that's a whole nother game. That's a whole nother ball game.
Right. So, Jag, is the these YT is Velvet parents still in the live, or?
I don't know if they're here or not, but I do want people.
Yes, no, Tina is here. She's down in the comments, but like I said, the energy was not right, and so she wasn't going to come up, but she still is in the live. She's listening. She's down there in the comments.
Oh, I didn't know.
Would she be interested in coming in now? I think we lost hope. Johnny, I'm trying not to. That's CBD. I need that for this conversation. Lord.
Can she hear us?
If she asked her to click on the button, because I know personally myself, I want to know how her and her family are coming through.
Right. And we already know Jaguar that he was love bombing. Like, that's what he does. He's a narcissist. He came in the room to love bomb everybody. He love bombed everyone. Then he goes into why he's the victim. So he was definitely moving like a covert narcissist. And you did right. Like, I feel like you maneuvered and you played your hand right. for what you were dealing with. So
yeah, she did good.
At the end of the day, I want him to admit that he made a mistake.
right.
He never admits or takes responsibility for his mistake.
He did not make a mistake. When you continue a behavior over and over and over and over and over and over again, it's not a mistake. He knows what he's doing.
Mistakes.
Right.
That's a narcissist.
I'm sorry. It was a mistake. I put you in the hospital. I'm sorry. It was a mistake. I put my feet on your head. I'm sorry. It's a mistake that I called your baby a demon. I'm sorry. It was a mistake. I beat the heck out of you over and over and over and over again. No, that's not a mistake.
Exactly.
Like he said, I would have let it go down the same way. And that's why I went back to even the part where you let it build up for months.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you let it build up for months? Why would you let that happen between your two wives?
Right.
And why? And that's why I asked him, do you think if you take sex out of it, that would have happened?
Exactly.
And he couldn't talk about it.
Right.
All he could say is, no, I don't think that was it. Well, why not? You don't think you're influencing these women with sexuality?
Right.
You don't think it's possible that one is he love me more than you?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't see that? You're a spiritual leader. You're a spiritual advisor. And you ain't see that coming?
Right.
Anybody with common sense could see if you're screwing all a bunch of the same women and you got all of this aggression going on. And then it's kick a fair one. Well, that's Babylon's way of handling. I thought the whole point of leaving Babylon and coming to nature with you was to get away from Babylon ways.
Right.
Kicking a fair one is Babylon. Why y'all doing it in paradise?
Right. And like you said, you didn't want to bash nobody. You just wanted to hear him speak because you don't really know anything about him like that. So you just wanted to hear him out on what it is that he was about, who he is. So
He's not gonna keep on waiting.
Huh?
Oh no, I just saw something in the comments. I got moderators in here. Can y'all like help me out? Because people are I can't keep up with all of this. And
Jag,
yeah.
World News in the live, he actually reports on carbonation. You may want to let him up.
Where is it? I don't see him.
World, are you in the live?
He's not in the waiting list.
Oh, I don't know where he went. Maybe he left.
I didn't see anything. I've been checking.
He can hit join if he want to add. I guess he want to speak to you. He does know a lot about Nature Boy.
Well, then I definitely want to speak. Hold on. Let Divine up. Who's Divine?
I don't know who that is. I know who World is, but I don't know who the Divine is.
Well, I guess we're about to find out. Number 4.
Okay.
Hello.
How are you doing, Jaguar?
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm Nikki. How you doing?
I'm good.
Okay. I want to speak a little bit on him because I interviewed him once before. And what he does is he reached for the negative, okay? And he used that as an scapegoat to get off the task. So when the real questions come in, he can say, well, you're not controlling your panel and da-da-da-da-da. He wants to deal with one person. And within speaking and you asking him questions, he wants to manipulate you, to sway you to believe what he thinks happened. Now, that's not the first time Malia got beat. It's what you saw. Malia got beat several times. Now, as I was speaking in the lobby in regards to Velvet, Velvet is a female nature boy, okay? These are women that were forced into a poly relationship. They're not poly, okay? Now, she's been recently still talking to him. What she wants from him is him to leave the other women alone so she can go on over there and be in peace, okay? Now, this same rant that she's been having since she left Carbonation, she only rants when she see another woman going over there, or she feels like another cheat is coming about. Now,
see, I told you. I'm good at reading people. Velvet, she's waiting to see, because she knows things are serious right now. And she's waiting to see if anything goes down. And she's waiting to see if Nature Boy is going to come and, you know, bow down and kiss her feet and beg her back. And because she wants to go back. Believe that demonic entity in her, the high-ranking one, it does not want to give up that position.
Now let's say this here. He was the chief. He was the chiefess. You was a leader over all these women. You are no better than the next black woman. So why would you beat her and allow her to kiss your feet? So let's make sense of this. I don't care what type of manipulation you were under. You left before and you came back. And the only reason you came back because he told you he was going to leave Malia, Ephraim, and all the rest of these women, okay? Now, when that didn't happen, that's when you became rebellious to your own black sisters. And at some point, we have common sense and we don't have anything else. So this was the chiefest that was over these women. I have zero compassion, zero sympathy for her. You were once innocent. You're not anymore because you left and you came back and you as well abused these women with him as well, held him down while he took these women's virginity. So how could you come in here and speak against him when you are his chiefess? Now, let's make sense here. Do you feel what I'm saying here?
Oh, no, I'm definitely listening.
Okay. Now, when it comes to this guy, he likes to deal with weak-minded women. Him on my panel, and he will run like hell. What he do is he takes one negative comment, and that would be his reason to run. But he only came here for his little beans, his little money. This guy, you're not going to get to the bottom of him. We got to work outside.
I'm not interested in getting to the bottom of him. I believe people like him take care of themselves. Right. What I am interested in is what do we do about the mess he leaves behind with these women?
Yeah.
And I heard somebody say something about, you, Divine Nikki, you victim shaming.
I'm not victim shaming. I'm speaking facts. Because if you still talking to this guy,
that is not victim shaming. How is it victim shaming when? And that's why how you have to walk a fine line, I guess, because on one point you feel really bad. Your heart goes out to these women, but then on the other flip side of that, you know that these women they enjoy what they're doing. They enjoy what they're doing, and they're allowing these demonic entities to stay inside of them. They're not trying to better themselves. They want to literally be with this guy. They want to be with him. And no matter how you put it, this ain't just some regular cult. These people are demonic. And it goes way past just being a cult. We've entered the point of evil with these people. These women and Nature Boy. They're the only thing that can save them is prayer and fasting. Fasting and prayer. And I have prayed for these girls. I prayed for even Nature Boy, because I understand he's afflicted with the higher ranking demon than these minions are. He calls them the minions. But what he needs to do is come out and say, those are lower ranking demons, you know. I rule over them, because that's what he does. That's why they pretty much stand at attention anytime he speaks. This is not, you know, this is not, I think some cases maybe, you know, people go over there that are truly not, you know, already have dabbled in some kind of witchcraft or voodoo, and they honestly go over there thinking that this guy is, you know, could help them maybe become healthier, or, you know, but then once they get there, maybe they're brainwashed, but that's rare. Usually when people go over there, they're already going over there a little evil. They've already got something little inside of them. And I'm not saying that these people cannot be saved, that these women cannot be saved, that even Nature Boy or Velvet can be saved. I believe that's going to be harder to try to help Nature Boy and Velvet, just because they have that higher ranking demon in them. And they don't want to let it go. They want to keep it. Because somewhere deep inside of you, if you've ever known God, the one and only true God, you fight somehow. You see, well, okay, this isn't right. And the only ones that have said that actually, that they'll tell you, okay, this isn't right, you know, those are the people that got away and escaped because they knew something wasn't right. Spiritually, something inside of them would not allow them to keep bloodying their hands and dirtying their hands. So they wanted out of it. But for the majority of a lot of them, they want to be there and they enjoy what they're doing, which is sad.
You're still making plans to go over there. Why should we listen to you as a victim? Why?
Sometimes
the only reason you didn't go back is because you had sex with an ex-carbonation member.
If you can, hit that like button. I would so appreciate it. Thank you.
In a way he didn't like. So that's why you're not back. And I know I'm not.
People can go very deep. It's like when you're in a relationship with someone who's abusing you, you don't just unprogram yourself, even though you guys just ended it out of an 18-year relationship. Psychologically breaking.
I'm sorry to keep pausing that, but Baka, tell me if I'm saying this right. Baka, she says, I've been saying these kind need fasting and prayer. 100. Not just anyone can handle these entities. Exactly. No, I mean, these are ancient demonic entities that are in these people. And it's hard to explain it. It's just, you know, but they're ancient demonic entities, and they're one of the hardest to try to beat or try to help.
From someone that's very hard to do, even if you're in a domestic violence relationship.
Okay, and I fully understand all that, but you are away. You are away. Why are Hey, Jaguar.
Please wait, Leon.
You can mute.
Why are you away? So we have.
Good morning,
Okay,
Angel.
I just need to, ladies, can you give me a second? I just need to set the room. We have 2 new members, and we have Kingworld and we have Leon. Leon, Kingworld has been waiting for a moment, so can we please give him a second to weigh in, and then I'd love to hear what you have to say.
Let's see what he's got to say.
Indeed.
Thank you.
I appreciate
Kingworld,
you.
thank you for coming by.
Oh, yeah, no problem. I appreciate you letting me up, too. Much respect to you, too, as well, Jaguar. I was listening to you for a little minute, and you was talking about how this guy is able to do certain stuff. I was speaking today on the other platform about sex magic and about how this sex magic actually works. Tokyo was hitting on it, and I think that she's right in the direction she's going, but it's a hell of a lot deeper and sinister when it comes to this dude right here. Over a 3-year period, as opposed to posting video clips and videos of this dude, I've been trying to break down, you know what I'm saying, the psyche of this person and how he's able to continue to do the things that he's doing. I know that somebody is helping him. I know he's backed by someone that's stronger than of what we can even imagine. But what his purpose is out here on social media, it's totally. Excuse me?
I'm sorry, King. I just told her to click on her back.
Oh, okay, word.
Nature Boy is absolutely, and I don't care what nobody says. I think Ryan D disagrees with me on this, but I don't know. I am sorry. I 100% believe that he's being backed. He's being backed by other bloggers who want him to keep going because they're making money off of him. He's being backed by maybe some higher up elites. That is my belief. And that's why when a lot of people are trying to expose that, then you have a lot of these bloggers saying, "Oh no. He's not being backed. Nobody's protecting him. Oh, he's being protected." And I've seen that myself firsthand, being attacked myself. I've seen that because people are making money off of him. He's a money-making business.
I just got a bag. I didn't know.
This dude has been known for years to have dealt with multiple women, multiple partners. For some reason, once that they leave, they don't want to deal with him anymore. There's been a series of women that have been infected by him. What he did to them by way at night with them going to sleep, he's taking them through like this ritual that's called a download. And what he said on a live is about them drinking his semen and also falling asleep.
World, 1 second, World. Jack, can you mute everybody in the world because they saying they can't hear?
Okay, let's mute. All right. Can everyone mute? Does everyone know how to mute their own mic?
Yeah, I know how to mute. Hold on.
Okay. Let's everybody mute. Don't forget your bag, Leon.
You should be able to do it, Jack, from your side. You should be able to mute everybody.
Yeah.
I'm still learning. Here we go. Mute all. There we go.
I'm muted. Everyone should mute self-mute. I mute myself.
Go ahead, please, King World.
Okay, what I was saying in reference to this sex magic and certain words that this dude has used as if that he done connected spells around to these words. Just like when you was speaking a few seconds ago and you said it at the end of the day, that's one of the key phrases that he used too. Everybody that leads, that talks to him, is always at the end of the day. Everything is at the end of the day. And it's weird with this guy because these words that he's actually using, they not only have power over the person, but it actually activates certain things in their lives. That's why people that leave him don't talk bad about him. People that leave him don't expose him. No matter what they're saying in reference to whatever rehabilitative process that they've been through, we've seen the same thing over and over again. And for 3 years straight, I've covered on this guy, not just posting the videos. I've interviewed family members as well as ex-members that deal with carbonation and melanation as well. I don't know what's going on. It's some type of echo.
King World, I just want to address something. There are some people in the room that feel like you're only here for I don't know, for your own personal gain.
They might say clout, because see, I put in your comments several times in this video that I wasn't even here to come up on the panel. People to come up here and conversation.
So do you see, like, and those same people that are saying that, they're probably just other bloggers who don't want Nature Boy exposed to that extent to where he's going to be taken down. Obviously, King World News, he obviously poses some kind of threat to these other bloggers because he's speaking the truth. And when you're speaking the truth, that's when you get attacked. It's very demonic.
If you inquired about how the person was able to do what he was doing, I have my own platform on that too. And I've been talking about this and been exposing the code. I came to your Instagram once that you was in Atlanta with the whole situation, you know, how that was going on with the dog in the car. I was in the comments then. See what I'm saying? I've been following.
So I just wanted you to be able to address that. I'm not going to address comments about other people. I'm just going to give you the ability to address it yourself. And give me just 1 second. I'd like to hear what Leon has to say.
A lot of those guys that do this overseas, they do it on a big scale. Mm-hmm. Now, a lot of people in America don't see what's going on underneath the cloth. They only see what the news media put out. So now, it is against the law what the boy is doing, because how
you guys hit that like button, please.
Pimps did this in the 60s. So he took that book and he took it and ran with it and tried to make it into some sort of religion. Even though the book was written as a pimp's guide, like a religion to live by. Now, federally, what he's doing is wrong, because he's not only coercing, he's giving the illusion to women under false belief that they're better life. But once they get there, the treatment that they receive is what's wrong. You know what I mean? Now, I can see if these girls were treated bad and they left and said, okay, something's wrong. But when you got them over there and you're doing those things to them, and what you're doing is brainwashing by force, that's against the law. I don't know who said it.
See, this is interesting.
It really is.
He's been doing a lot of things that's against the law, but he's getting by with it. And anybody who comes out against him, those are the people that are being bought down, not Nature Boy.
I had a conversation in my WCW meeting with one of the women who's a former Carbon Nation member. And I asked her really basic questions. What was your best day there? What was your worst day there? What drew you to him? Because I really believe that if you want to break the psychology of women allowing themselves to be taken in by men like this, you got to figure out what brought them there in the first place.
Usually, it's the game.
I think Jag and World News, they need to work together.
No. Did you hear what you said, though, earlier? You had said that he's offering promise of a better life. Did it with all of them. And then when it turned, they became subjects.
Well, see, this is the thing.
Listen to me. She's talking about how he makes the women get up and take care of him at night and nurse him through his night terrors.
That's it.
Like, this is supposed, no, but he's supposed to be a spiritually evolved individual suffering night terrors.
Yeah. I see why he got night terrors. Now, let me explain this to you. What he's doing, right, is fraud. If this guy is a big old fraud. This is a classic FBI case. I don't know who said that it wasn't. Listen, I worked for the U.S. Army Rangers for 16 and a half years. We busted up rings like this for nothing.
Thank you for your service.
Literally nothing. Thank you. But it is a federal thing. If they go,
yes, thank you. People like that are true heroes.
It can go through. Like, this dude is doing something totally wrong. He's doing what Son of Sam and all of them did back in the day and saying that this is a religion and that this is a better way of life. Little do he know that there is an agency already out there attacking these people. They're going after these cults, and it's quiet as kept.
He's been kicked out of like 4 different cities. He's been kicked out of 4 different cities. The law has thrown him out.
Well, what the way,
but the feds have not gotten involved.
No,
not here.
Listen, what I'm saying to you. This is how these boys work. These boys, when they move in on you in a case like this, they get you. They don't want no slip up. They don't want no nothing. So by getting kicked out of state to state, all of that is tacking on. Now, only thing they're waiting for is for someone to report either an injury or someone got killed. They're waiting for something to bust the camel's up in order to go in. Because the federal.
So can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question, Leon, with your experience?
Yeah.
There was a baby that was born.
That's what I was thinking. There's a baby missing. What more do they need? Go to the hospital, question them, and ask them where that baby is.
Supposedly stillborn. What happened to the remains of that child? Where was that child buried? No one seems to know what happened to this baby.
Nobody's pushing.
I will be honest with you, and I don't want to be horrific on this platform of yours. I am a big fan of you, and I follow you. I really do appreciate the work you do. What I have seen is very horrific, and it's very disrespectful to human nature itself. If they don't bury the baby, which I'm quite sure for this guy didn't do no bury or anything like that, they usually turn them, put them in the ground, wrap them up, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. And they have pigs, and the pigs will eat it. You see what I'm saying? Now this is where, that's why I said the federal laws apply. Because if you have someone like that in your culture, and what he's doing is inhumane acts, it's against the law. Period. Like if I run down on a Jamaican and he chops off a chicken head in front of me and I'm a law enforcement, I gotta say,
Jay.
I'm sorry, 1 second. Yes, King World.
Listen, the lady that you're referring to, they call her Zoka. She is the first cousin of Vince Staples. That's what she is. Yes, she's the first cousin of Vince Staples. It's kind of weird that her family hasn't said anything about this child that she lost, and no one made a post on Facebook. Her name is Jayon Hamilton. She's Vince Staples' first cousin.
Usually in things like this, right? A village like that would have some sort of medic on staff. That medic, I guarantee you, if there is a medic on staff, that medic's license is attached to some sort of medication that was administered to that woman for that loss of that baby. Now, once that happens, bro, that's like covering up a crime. Like you are bounded by certain laws and duties to report things like that. You know what I mean? So that's a federal case right there in itself. But I hate to say that that's what probably happened to that baby. They probably did that baby like that, and that is crazy. And again, these girls, they do come in there like not knowing what to expect. I mean, just because you see this guy got all this and all that, that don't mean that's a better way of life. You feel what I'm saying? I know guys got millionaires that are miserable. You know what I mean?
I hate to cut you short, but Leon, thank you. Thank you. And please come back again, because we need to have people who are informed in what goes on in the background in the law and how to make this happen.
How can I message you? When I get you, it's always on these platforms and someone else is the host.
My email, jaguarwright@gmail.com.
I got you. All righty.
And once again, thank you for your service, brother. I think you know what the military means to me.
Well, thank you.
All right, take care.
All righty.
Ladies, do you have anything to say to weigh in on anything that was just said?
I think they may be in shock too. And like I say, when this was first revealed about Vince Staples and his first cousin, people was really trying to figure out what was going on. and no one has said anything. Even her father. There was before the girl actually went to the cult. She was on the live stream with the cult leader, and at the time, he had even stated about his medical condition and how he wasn't at the best of health. And just like everybody else, this dude done took advantage of everybody that's done came around him. Everybody. So this is why I report on him. I try to prevent women from actually joining the cult. I have a roast and report channel. I joke, at times, but I don't want to see anything bad happen to any one of them that's there. But the cult leader himself, the one that ran from over here, that's why he running now, because we keep exposing him. We always say we keep our always look. That's what we do.
Queen, you want to weigh in?
No, I was just gonna say, King is, I've been on his panel before. He is the person, tracker. How long you been tracking him, World? For 3 years, 4 years now?
And funny that you say that, because Dag, when you're talking about that child that went missing, we actually believe that's how he was able to disappear that child, because he challenged me online to find his location. But then there was video proof that showed that they were on like a hike style safari. And we thinking then that's when the disappearance of this child took place, because one of the members now that actually went to the infectious specialist disease, doctor, she was in, medical care. She was one of the people that was looking as if that she saw something or underwent something that took place at that time. And that's what we've all been trying to figure out. They've been creating different psyops. You know how them crisis actors is. They've been doing all that. They've been trying to shake us off, but they don't want to talk about this baby, nor the woman that came that was supposed to deliver the baby.
Yep.
It's a lot.
World, you can go on his YouTube channel. I mean, he literally John Walsh of Nature Boy. You can find a lot of stuff on him. You can just go to World News, and he stay on him. He stay on him. That's for sure.
Well,
number one.
He's earning revenue.
Yeah. You number one on the heat list.
Who?
You.
That's what's up.
That's the thing. Hi, heat list. Hi.
Yeah, Jerry. She says, I'm glad they're getting together to take him down, because one person can't do it by themselves. That's very true, because when one person tries to go after him, that one person gets attacked, and attacked bad. So yes, not just one person can just take him down.
What's up? And just like what they're putting in the comments, Jay, I mean, there's several other channels, that post videos about them, but consecutively, I've had dialogues with open panel bills discussing things taking place with the cult, cult persuasion, cult leader manipulation, all of that and more, you see. And,
look, I'm going to tell you this. This is a conversation that we could probably carry on with for another 2 hours or so. So what I'm going to do is once a week, I'm going to take the time to create this space so we can have this conversation. Because until we all get on board with the idea that regardless of what we think or feel about this person, this needs to stop.
That's right.
And it's not going to stop until people in government and people in politics see that this could affect an election. You know what I mean? They're not going to get excited if they don't see us in an uproar about it. Right. So we got to get motivated for these women and for these children, because regardless of what anybody thinks about those women, those children did not ask for this situation. They had no choice in being involved in this situation. They were drug along for the ride, whether it was for...
How did they not? Okay, so that's where I kind of disagree there. I totally disagree there.
From a young age...
But that's all right. We're here to agree to disagree, but we're all here for one purpose, and that's because we want Nature Boy taken down. But God forbid if you say that, because then they're going to come after you. That's all I can say.
from birth. The only question he was willing to answer out of everything that we said here.
You guys hit that like button, please.
He didn't say anything about making anybody drink alcohol while they were pregnant or calling their babies demons or any of these things. We all know that this is not a person that you just want to badger out. He's been practicing this for too long. We need to stop worrying about beating him, and we need to start worrying about like how to break his spell, how to break what he's got going on. And the only way to do that is by empowering the women.
Yes.
We got to empower.
That and through fasting and prayer. Fasting and prayer. That is the only thing you can do. And then it's going to take a lot of that. Pray that God opens their eyes and makes them realize what they're doing.
Empower these women. Because if we don't empower these women, he's going to win. And that was really why I wanted the parents to come here. Because I wanted y'all to hear what it's like to live with somebody who all of the power has been taken away from them. Like I said before, I do not blame Velvet for not wanting to speak on anybody else's platform. Everything about her life, everything she thought, everything she did was controlled by him. The last thing she wants is anybody telling her what to say and how to say it. Ever. Not right now. And that's a good sign because that means she's getting brave. But we got to let her get brave on her own and be there for her when it's time. But we got to stop talking about all the crazy stuff that he do, and we got to start talking about how to cut it off. Because he keeps picking up new followers. All of this stuff out there, and women are still signing up.
And I think, World has haven't you raised money to get some of the girls out of there? I think he has. Didn't you do that over the years?
Yeah, I've made attempts. I've reached out to family members as well. Everything we're talking about right now, except for a few things we haven't tried thus far to be able to cease the cult leader. But just like this app, Bigo, and the way people, find them on Bigo, this is how unsuspecting people fall up under the mantra of the cult leader, okay? And them same words that I knew about. I spoke on it earlier today with the sex magic. He's one of the
Divine, don't stop. Divine, don't stop. Don't stop spreading the word daily.
Oh, yeah.
If we really are gonna say that we're down for ours, then we gotta be down for ours. They're not gonna leave him. They're not gonna leave him.
No.
But somebody has to create the ability for them to leave for themselves. And as long as he holds that mental power, they're prisoners.
You have to smoke them out. You got to run them off all areas. See, I got him to the point off of Instagram. I made him leave Instagram. But what I did was by successfully locating him geographically, he was totally black. He started using the black screen. Once he figured out about this app and how to make money, this is why he came over here with newer people who were not exposed to what he was doing.
To get beans.
Mm-hmm.
I know he came here for some change.
That's his whole agenda. But see, you got to play.
He'd be a fool. He'd be a fool in the racket that he's in. He'd be a fool not to, which is why he'd be a fool not to come back.
So what was that like once that he stormed off over here? Because I heard about he left.
I mean, he stormed off and then he came back, and I understood at that point in time. He wants to be respected, then you got to respect everybody else too. You can't tell me not to have an outraged panelist go off on you when you're doing outrageous shit.
Exactly.
Like, that's why I said to him, let's keep it real.
Mm-hmm.
I think you know that in the least, the shit you're doing is a little controversial.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to get under somebody's skin. So you got to be prepared. But that's not what he wants. He wants control. And that's why I told him, even control is an illusion.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, Jack, Tony was a trigger for him because he She knows about the entertainment industry. She was a stripper. She comes from a hard life. She know all about narcissists of any kind. She know about them in the industry. So he just couldn't work her energy like that because she just wouldn't let him sit.
I wish I could forget Tony. I swear. Hey, look at here.
Listen to me. I'm going to tell you something right now. I wasn't going to stop Tony, just like I wasn't going to stop Nosy. But I knew all of us couldn't go in on him. And the truth is, I don't know anybody that could go in on him better than Tokyo.
That's right.
Say Tokyo, I already know she fired up now. She probably rolling up now. She probably done smoked already. And you know she know because.
But see, it would be nice if they could have got a face-to-face interview with him. Because then I would have loved to see Tony go in on him face-to-face because he couldn't run from her.
She know about, listen, even by what she talk about as far as the elites, as far as her, you know, the exotic world, you know that.
In there.
You know somebody. Hey, look, Jag, she knows somebody that know this motherfucker that been dancing. Now, I'm telling you that.
And she probably don't even know it.
That's what I'm telling you. It ain't going to take them but a couple calls. Watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you. Tony knows somebody that know this dude. She knows.
You know what? I gotta call my friend. I gotta wait for her blood pressure to go down. I know she gonna cuss me out for 5 minutes, and then when I tell her what damn, Jag.
Yes, because Tony was gonna read him for the filth that he is. Like she was reading him. She was going to read him from top.
Absolutely.
Oh, honey, I get him like that all the time. He runs. I read his ass. He be running.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but what God runs from humans?
Exactly. If you a God, why you can't stay on my panel and handle this?
No, but that's what I said to him. You're always teaching all of these skills about this and that. Put them into use right now.
You can manipulate all these women. Come on, talk to these real women.
See,
exactly.
Why you running,
Face them.
You know why? You know why? Because he
You're
want to
so
talk
dominant.
to a younger,
Why can't you
minded
face
woman.
them?
It's not about the numerics as far as age. It's just in the mind. And he knows woman. And it's all grounded in astrology. You better believe that.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
That's all he doing, Jag. He using that astrology game, man. He know what type of women to get. You feel me?
I know that. But the problem is they're not the typical kind. These are middle-class girls that come from middle-class homes where both of their parents had 2 jobs and they watched VH1 and they went to church once a month. These aren't, he's not going and scouring around the Greyhound station.
No. Some of those girls are prostitutes.
Some of them, but not all of them. Not all of them. Wait. He's getting girls that come from something too.
Okay, but you gotta understand, these are girls that haven't had a chance to even experience anything because their mother and father was so tight on them, and now they can't escape with this dumb motherfucker manipulating them. Yeah. These are young, immature minds that he's mastering. He's not mastering no women. Young, immature minds.
Did you hear what he said when I questioned him about the maturity?
And then he's saying this. He's in a poly relationship. You in a poly relationship. These young, immature children, childish minds don't know anything about poly. You are forcing them to poly. Look, and within this force of poly relationship, they are jealous, hating, beating each other.
I don't know what kind of spiritual enlightenment this is supposed to be, but it doesn't. That's why I said I don't get it. Like, what's the end game to all of this pain? Is there supposed to be some great epiphany of love on the other side? Like, what's the end game to all this pain? That's why he said, "Oh, it's immaturity." I'm like, so basically, what you're saying is they're too immature to be involved in a relationship as complex as this.
Jay, let me tell you, right? He got a woman right now that just left that infectious disease specialist, and she definitely got something The lady that's up here, divine_I, she the lady that brought it to the forefront and showed us, taking a screenshot while she was in the room. Okay. Now, this guy done been with several women that's done came and left. Several of these women, Latino men, have had sex with them as well. So this is spreading everywhere off of what we believe to be a super strand.
Yes.
This lady, now, if you can explain to a divine what Malia just...
And this Malia is
Okay.
talking about, Jack.
This child, we were for a long time trying to figure out what she had. He made her stop her from coming to the hospital. So we all just worried and suspicious. Malia, okay. So one day he told her, he said, Malia, get on the screen and let them see that you are well. She gets on the screen and she was trying to get her little IV cord. So it was tangled. So she set the phone down and it pointed directly at her med chart. Okay. So I took and wrote down all the meds. And us together sat on a panel and went over these meds. This girl is so sickly and so close to like the end of life to where you shouldn't even be talking to him.
Right.
From HIV on down. Okay?
Listen to me, honey. I talked to Serenity.
Okay?
And I listened to the way she spoke about her relationship with him. She honestly believes that he cured her of her illness. She believes it. If she was able to be convinced that this man could clear up her vaginal issues with just his words, and then empower her to do it for herself, and she believes it worked, what does Malia believe?
Listen, let me tell you what's
Is Malia believing that whatever it is she's going through right now is go away because Baba is going to say something magical?
She's still in belief of that. And I'm going to tell you what's going on. From her med chart, this girl is on like schizophrenia and mental medication. So she's not even thinking properly. The poor child is just so lost. It's just so sad to even see her on the camera. Okay?
I'm going to tell you this. If she passes away in this mess before she's delivered, that's going to bother me for quite some time. That's going to take some sleep away from me.
Hey,
well, we already been missing sleep.
Yeah.
I do this daily, raising awareness on this dude, because I'm looking at our Black people, my sister. If you've seen this child, it's just so hurtful to even look at her.
She is so...
See, that's the key word that Jag just said. If she, God forbid, passes before she is delivered, we don't want her to pass away in that state of mind. And it's just, it would be horrible that the last thing she's might be thinking about is that nature freak. I would hope the last thing, if something happens, that it would be her son. But she needs a lot of prayer and fasting.
And he forces this child to get on live camera and pretend that she's well.
I saw the video where he was hazing her and telling her and screaming at her, tell them all you want is some dick. Tell them you want some dick. Tell them. And and I'm watching her cower. And I'm sitting there. How can anybody not see this as intimidation?
Oh, honey, did you see the video how he did her? She was like really mentally out of it, like sick. When this girl went to the hospital, she had so do just to even sustain any treatments or diagnosis. When he was sitting in her home, the girl was just sitting there. She was just like gone. And he was just bashing her, like, you gotta go, you keep arguing with Zoka. And I really honestly believe what took Malia over the edge, because if anyone looked at that last video, he told Malia that she has to go because she kept arguing with Zoka.
Yeah.
Now, I'm thinking it's in regards to the baby. You got these unexperienced women over here delivering babies, and Malia didn't visualize something that she can't handle.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Now, after that, you made Malia leave. The very next day, you put Zoka on camera as you coached her to explain to us and lie to us what happened to her baby. And it wasn't authentic. It wasn't real. And then you told her to cry on cue. And she cried on cue. So, with that being said, the last strike for Malia was visualizing this situation with Zoka's baby. And that was the mind flip of all her health issues that led her on a plane to the hospital. And I'm willing to bet you that's what it is. And it's not no assumptions, none of that. Because
I was thinking that too.
The day before he got rid of her, you keep arguing with Zoka, and I want you to go.
Well, they believe, Jack, that if they do something called a B6 diet, that it's supposed to heal you, but in actually direct reaction, it actually does opposite. So
there is somebody that said he's a devil and he's a demon. Love all of y'all too. I want to change the conversation, because to call him a devil is to give him power beyond his resource. He's just another human being.
Exactly.
And that's why I don't personalize it. That's why I don't personalize it, Jay.
But within that human being, there's a very real ancient demon that's in there, and it's fighting to keep his soul. So that has to be addressed, because if you want to know how to defeat it, it's through fasting and prayer, because that needs to be addressed.
I was looking for it when you was just sitting there a few minutes ago, and I actually got the audio for you of Malia's cousin that was explaining what her health condition was and what she was going through.
Do you want to play a little bit before we leave?
Sure.
I'd love to hear it. I think it's going to hurt, but we need to.
Yeah.
She is really, really sick. He's not telling you anything.
And that's what I'm thinking.
He has a drain that is running from her ovaries. He has an exercise on her ovaries where the drain is running from it. She has an epidural drip in her back. She also has an abscess on both sides of her ovary, and she has one on her liver. Let's see her blood off to the Center for Disease Control, because whatever the disease she has is some form of bacterial infection that is not known in the United States. So we're waiting for blood cultures to come from around the world. She's been so many places till we have to check for Costa Rica, Panama, Hawaii, everywhere that she has been. For the different disease, because you really use restroom, there's outdoor plumbing. So not only because she's having aliens that's directed to vaginal sex, that she could have picked up a bacterial infection.
Did you hear that, Jay? Because she was having anal to vaginal sex. Okay. All right. I need to put that out there so you know what's going on.
Listen to me. Oh, goodness.
That's what's going on. And that's that strain that I'm talking about. You see, that's what he's doing.
He's turning these women into human petri dishes. See, you can't be mixing those bacteria. See, anybody that knows anything or paid attention in sex ed knows that almost every STD comes from a yeast infection, vaginal bacteria, normal, natural stuff that you need to keep it going well. But when you start adding little something into the mix, it flips and turns to something else. be having anal penetration and vaginal penetration and there be no cleaning in between the two. You can't do that.
I have told them that, and I said that is the number one thing that causes HIV. And a lot of bisexual men having unclean anal sex. I have spoke about this. And I have also told people, if you want to report him, stop reporting him for abuse and certain things. You want Nature Boy to go down, and I'm saying this to 1,124 people. Report him for human trafficking.
Exactly.
He will not get.
But you know what? Nobody should be doing that anyway. The other thing they were talking about, that is not natural. There's nothing natural about that. Washing or not, it's not natural.
From that.
You want to know why they won't? Because none of them believe they were trafficked.
Exactly.
No.
They won't stand in court.
No. Is one is manipulation is one of the terms of human trafficking. It's outlined in black. All of them have tattoos of the same kind of his name. He had violated 6 human trafficking violations. He will go down. If you're going to report him, 1,152 people report him under human trafficking.
Well, Shawnee Way on YouTube has a petition. He was only looking for a couple thousand names. I told him that I would get anyone from me and on my platforms, we would support him in that. But I think 10, 15,000 names. See, I think the trafficking is one thing, but I think he should have been arrested, which means someone in government doesn't think it's worth prosecuting. No. If those children are being killed or dying from reckless care, and they're disposing of the bodies in the wrong way, that I know is a criminal file.
That was saying afterwards, but I just want to read something to you. Okay?
Yes.
Give me 1 second.
If you guys could hit that like button.
You can go ahead and talk until I get it pulled up.
I also know from one of my sources that have been working with the women, and she does a fantastic job. I got a shout out to in these YouTube streets. That's my girl. I think people tend to forget that she always comes from a clinical point of view, which is not going to be emotional. But that's what I love about her. But the money, all of these loans, when they check in and he takes their ID, and then he files for government loans in their names.
Okay, here I am. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
These are signs of human trafficking. Appearing malnourished, showing signs of physical injuries and avoiding eye contact, social interaction, and authority figures, seeming to rehearse or respond in social interactions, lacking official identification documents.
Amen, Jacqueline.
Appearing distorted, lacking personal possessions, working, he make them all work, living at a place that we ain't gonna go to that, checking into hotels, motels, / Airbnb, that's what you're in, poor physical or dental health, tattoos and brandings, all of them have them, untreated sexual transmitted diseases, small children, basically malnutrition, working. He has violated 5
everything.
Can I?
Now, I want to say this here. Until he's reported right. You can't report him on suspicion. Okay, you can call Children Family Services. That's not going to get it. Because Children Family Services will let people go without even visualizing what's going on.
I get it.
You can't report him
I get what you're saying. I just want to just
So
add.
what you're saying? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, King World.
Just one thing I want to add. Okay, now before when he got media attention, BBC did a documentary on him because it was a lady named Kayla Reed. She just happened to have been from Canada.
Yeah, the
She
little
was
white girl
that was the only time where they showed any sense of care whatsoever about what the cult leader was doing. What he's doing this to black women, to melanated women. He is serving as a tool, an instrument to serve as an example. He's using these women for that, and he's putting that throughout our communities by basically brainwashing them and sending them back to the United States. They're having sex with people. There's even more STDs that are being shared. This right here is within itself, I believe, a psyop. That's what I believe he is, a psychological arrest. Period, point blank. That's the only way he done got kicked out of as many countries as what he has successfully and is still able to walk around. He's free. These guys I know now, he got hit with an ounce of dope, done got 20 years. He's did further more than that.
Okay. So hold on one second. Okay. Hold on 1 second. I want to be clear on everything, all this information. What we saying is that we believe that the government knows what he is doing and he's been getting a hall pass.
Yes.
Probably so. So they ready to chop him down.
Of course.
Because I'm gonna tell
That's
you
exactly
how the feds work.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
The feds will put you out there. The feds will put you out there to do X, Y, and Z. But
well, then guess what?
Okay, and this is what I've been saying. Maine says nobody can't make you do anything you don't want to do. Remember, if Nature Boy goes to jail, the girls go to jail too. Just make sure Nature Boy ain't the only person made to look evil. That's what I've been saying. That this is exactly what I've been saying. And the men too. We keep talking about the women. Well, what about the men over there? They're just as abused as the women are. And nobody talks about the men or what they go through. But if we're going to say, okay, they're brainwashed, they're victims, nah, I don't see that. They have demons. There's a demon in them, or several demons in them. And then for them to participate in the crimes that Nature Boy is allegedly committing, their hands are just as dirty. They're in it because they want to be there. They want to do what he's doing. And if you didn't see the video the other day, I might just post it on this channel, but I couldn't do it because it was just too disgusting. How Nature Boy was sitting in a van and the girls were in there with him and they were all laughing at Malia, talking about how he reorganized her organs and put her in the hospital and laughed about it. And the women were right there with him laughing. They all need to go to jail. They all need deliverance. But not one of them is innocent. None of them. We want to see him as that way because Nature Boy has put himself out there as the leader. So, of course, he's the one that we go to and we want to blame. That's because he's got that high-ranking demon or demonic demon in him. The other ones, just because they're lower-ranking demons, that don't mean that they're not just as guilty as he is. I mean, God gives you the free will and free choice. And you've opened the door. They've opened the door for demonic takeover. And they want that, obviously, and they're making that choice to be like that. Because there's something inside of them that God gave them that would allow them to have that inner voice, that thing that says, what you're doing is wrong. Step away. And believe me, they have angels they were born with that looked out after them throughout life. And that angel is telling them what you're doing is wrong. Step away from this. But they're choosing to allow evil to win for whatever reasons. They are allowing this to continue to happen to them. So I'm just saying. And then Maine also says the men need to go to jail too. Believe me, the men in jail gonna take care of Nature Boy and his flunkies. Jail justice. Yeah, I think that, I think that they all need, first they need to get rid of the demons first. And then, they're gonna have to pay for what they've done. Let's see. Sean Davy Way says, Sasha, I'm going to talk to you about you and Ryan on my channel today. Feel free to join or we can speak here. Okay. I mean, let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Let me share my link. Okay, you're free to come up. And you're absolutely, I mean, anybody's free to speak on me, or I can't speak for Ryan, but I don't know if he's coming up or not. No, I don't know if what's going to be said is good or bad. I mean, but everybody has a right to speak on how they feel. So that's absolutely fine to, whatever you want to say. Okay, Sean. But yeah, I think, I'm on here telling how I feel about things, and, and I feel like I'm speaking on the truth, and not everyone's going to agree with you. So, yeah. So let's finish this video up.
But then it sounds like if that's the case, we got to go after the money.
Exactly, and that's what I was going to. Because aside from everything else on what we can say that he's doing, we have to go off of the things that we can prove. And we're talking about those loans and about how that he was able to get as many through those members and as docile as what they are, as naive as what they are.
Shout out
this is
these streets, because that's exactly what she said the last time we had a women's meeting. And she said, you know what? They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. But two things I know they can't avoid: the death of a baby
and them loans.
And but the loans, number one, especially right now when the government isn't so much, when we got all of these money issues going on, people waiting on the stimulus, and this fool sitting here collecting Social Security numbers and getting all these loans tax free.
And you stealing from the state, then you're gonna play that.
Especially if you're stealing from the state that's helping you get away with your nightmare island. Right. This sounds like Epstein Island with black people.
But the only thing about it, as opposed to Epstein Island, is he has people that actually own these Airbnbs that they rent out that he becomes friends with. And it just so happened that these people that own these Airbnbs never have anything to say once that these children are disappeared.
Well, we got to do something. I'm trying everything I could. We even set up another motion. I don't want to tell you about it here, Jaguar. I did, however,
contact me, because I have some friends that you might need to meet?
Okay. We do have something lined up. I'm not going to exhaust you. We can sit here and talk about this food.
I know forever.
We're only giving him power.
Listen to me. I want every conversation about this from this point forward to be, how do we stop the new recruits from drinking the Kool-Aid?
That's what I do. Everyone new when they come on my panel, I tell them to stay away from Nature Boy, honey. I be on here 9 o'clock in the morning.
And how we get to attaching him to all of these loans.
Yeah.
What I hope is that he don't got life insurance policies on these people.
That is another conversation, because there's a lady named Mama Dia, Maggie Magdalena Sevilla. She was over 50 years old, who was a member when he was in Palenque, Mexico, who actually passed, and he had her death certificate after her passing. So I've questioned about the insurance policy and the money that he's drawn from her, as well as notable business that he's changed names, possibly that he have in her name as well. So yeah, we most definitely have to talk. Oh yeah.
My email address is jaguarwright@gmail.com. All the panelists today, any information, any way that we can help bring light to this platform and stop this black beast from taking down our black future. Exactly. These are women, children being affected here. This is the future.
We're letting y'all need to get together and work on a lawyer, and I have no problem with it.
Okay, so that's about the end of that video. Let's see. I'm going to send the link again in case. Let's see. Okay, so I just sent the link again, Sean. Okay, Maine says, this situation show a lot men need to pay more attention to their daughters. Most of them probably went over there looking for Nasty Boy to play the father role. Yeah, and as you if you see a lot of them, after they've been over there for a while, you'll notice how they start talking like babies. Like Malia did it, Velvet kind of did it. They all kind of have that baby voice to them, and I think it's because he degrades them so low to the point that they're babyfied, literally. So, Sean, are you there? Are you able to come on now, or? Because I can't be on here too much longer. I'm trying to wait around, see if he wants to come on. Does anybody else want to come up to the panel and give their 2 cents on what they think, or? Okay, Sean. If anybody else would like to come up to the panel too, you're welcome. You can come up and come into the stream or up and onto the panel. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Hi, can you hear me?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Yourself?
I'm good.
Great. I didn't come on here to like disrespect you, or anything like that. I didn't. But I do have a few questions for you. I'm not going to keep you long because I have my own stuff to do. I will content right after this, but I'm not going to hold you. But I do have some questions. Now, I'm not going to necessarily like lie. I have been like watching you for a while, so why I say I'm not going to lie. Before, I would say that I appreciated your opinion, and everything that you had to say. But then as of recently, you've had certain conversations and yeah, I don't really like you. So I just wanted to, to pander your mind before, because I don't like to judge people. I would prefer, to hear from you before I'm just, placing you in a category. But from what I get, what is your purpose in talking about Nature Boy and these women? Like what is your whole point? What would you like to see happen?
What I would like to see happen
Mm-hmm.
is that these women wake up and get away from Nature Boy. But at the same time, I don't believe that Nature Boy is fully to blame. I think all their hands are dirty. And I think that they all have a demon. And I'm here to expose that part of it. I'm not here to, trash anyone or make anyone feel bad. But I see a demon in this freak.
Okay.
And I want to expose that.
Okay. So that's really confusing when you say that, because you state that you're not here to bash anyone or anything like that.
Mm-mm.
Yet you were just talking and saying how you think all of them should go to jail, how basically all of them are
should, because I'm sorry, but when you commit a crime and I believe that even though I believe they might need deliverance, I believe too that they need to be held responsible for their crimes. Allegedly. I can't.
Did they commit? Like, what crimes do you know? Like, you actually know, not ones that you've heard of or anything like that. What crimes do you actually know that they committed?
Well, I believe, the crimes I know for a fact that Nature Boy committed.
I'm not talking about Nature
abuse
Boy.
on.
I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about the women that are there, the victims. I could care less about Nature Boy. I'm talking about the victims. So because they're still victims no matter what. So you can't have them victims and the aggressors and the criminals like at the same time. It's no different than a child. If you bring a child to an area and you have a child teach them to do bad things and they do it because they don't necessarily know better, I don't feel that the child is necessarily at fault. They're at fault for any like literal wrongdoing that they did based off of their own decisions, but not with them being in fear, and other things like that. So that doesn't make sense to me, because I feel that the majority of the women there are still in fear. You may view it as, oh, well, they're in love, they're being stupid, they're being this, but a lot of them are fearful. So if they are fearful and they are being forced to engage in things that they would never normally engage in, when that's not the reason that they went to carbonation. They didn't go there to do illegal things and things in that nature. They went there to follow a path. And among that path that they followed, things took a turn. And when they took a turn, it's not necessarily their fault. It's no different than being in an abusive relationship. Just because the abuse is there and you should leave, it's still going to take time. You still love that person. There's still a process of love before the abuse comes into play. So with him bamboozling them and doing the things that he did to them, why are you stating that all of them need to go to jail based off of how you feel about the illegal things that Nature Boy has done and they just been there in the process? You go right ahead.
Okay, so for one thing, when you're committing a crime with someone and you're involved in that crime.
What crime?
Okay, well, for one thing, Velvet herself has come out and she has stated what had happened with Sheba.
Velvet is here in the States. Why haven't you got her arrested or called the authorities? If you really feel that she's been doing illegal things, instead of just sitting on here talking about it, are you helping the problem?
Are you on your platform also exposing what's going on?
Absolutely not. Have I talked about the situation? Yes, but I'm not like how you guys are. Every time Nature Boy makes a move, there y'all are. I'm not like that. Absolutely not. Go check my page. Go check my channel. I'm not like that. Absolutely not. I discuss it when I feel that it needs to be, because that's some problem. We add to the problem. We add to it. Is it it comes to a point to where is this really entertainment for you, or are you a concerned viewer that wants to help these people?
Well, if you've been watching me like you say you have been, then you would see that I'm very concerned.
I see. That's what I'm saying, because I have been watching you, and you also state, like, when it comes to Star, you know, when other people, you know, how Nature Boy isn't a god and anything like that, and you're willing to help certain people if they get delivered and come to your God. That is very judgmental. There's a lot of people that don't.
But that's where we're going to disagree, because if you don't believe in my God, then we're not going to agree.
Absolutely.
We're not gonna...
I absolutely agree with that. But your God is your God. Your God has nothing to do with theirs. You can't compete. You can't compete with gods or anything like that. Just believe in your God and believe in your religion. You can't force that down other people's throat, because that is your belief. You're doing the same thing. Nature.
No, but you're right. But on my channel, I believe in God, and I'm going to speak on God.
Forcing them to look at him as a Messiah, and you're telling them to stop looking at him because he is man. He is not God. Follow mine. It's the same thing. It's literally the same thing.
But I believe the only way for them to be delivered is to follow the one true God.
And that's probably why you haven't helped anybody, because that's your God. Just like Nature Boys is theirs, you have yours. You're no longer.
Nobody's going to help these guys because they're being protected, and there's nothing you can do to help them.
For Ryan, who has done nothing. You go around protesting for Ryan, making it seem like Ryan is a godsend, and he isn't. He is a god to no one. He has rescued no one. He's done nothing for anyone but himself. This was all a clout chase, a vendetta that he has against Nature Boy. He has not tried to help these women. What
would his vendetta be?
His vendetta? So
yeah.
Okay, you haven't been paying attention to the person that you praise. So Ryan and Nature Boy.
No, I don't praise anyone. I praise only one person. That's my my God.
Went live. Ryan did not like the context of the conversation because Nature Boy dominated the conversation, and Ryan was sitting there very passive and then started to be aggressive until after the call ended, until after they were done. Right after that is when Ryan stated that he was going to, you know, get Star and, you know, all of this. And once he got Star, he used Star as a trophy rather than him actually trying to help someone. He never tried to help her. If he wanted to, he would have. He did all of that for him. He didn't do that for her because he would have kept it on her instead of targeting Nature Boy when he got Star. Nature Boy shouldn't have even came up unless Star was sitting down doing an interview or sitting down talking to the police. Why is he picking her up? And as soon as he does in the car, they are live talking about Nature Boy and him trying to hold Star over Nature Boy's head as if she's some trophy. She's not. She's a woman, a human, and she should have been treated as such.
Absolutely. That's something you'll have to ask him about.
You don't talk about that. You say how us YouTubers, how we need to thank Ryan for what? What are we thanking him for? What has he done? He's not a godsend. He's not a savior.
Even the fact that he's on his channel trying to tell people to please have self-respect. That's what we're not going to do. You're not going to overtalk me on my channel. It's not going to happen. Now, I mean, I can bring you back when, you know, but the thing is, this is my channel. Nobody's going to overtalk me. Now, the thing is that, and I'm not here to, like I said, I'm not. But the thing is that what Ryan D has done, okay, he has literally gotten on live telling women, and this is all he does, is he tells them, have respect for yourself. Don't let no man disrespect you. I want to know where it is that he's saying anything that's wrong. What does he say that's wrong? That's what I would like to know. Whether he's taken down Nature Boy or not, what has he said that was wrong? And whatever I stand by, I'm going to stand by it, you know, and people don't like it that I bring up God. Well, you know what? I'm a Christian. This is my channel. If I want to discuss my God, then that's what I'm going to discuss. And if you don't believe in my God, you don't have to be on this platform. Okay, that goes for anybody. If no one agrees with what I'm saying, or they think I'm lying, or they think that I'm being cruel to these women, then I'm sorry. Then you don't have to be here. But I believe that I believe Nature Boy has a higher ranking demon. Okay. And this is my channel. So these are my beliefs. And this is what I'm telling you that I believe. All the rest of them have lower ranking demons. They're not victims. Now, they don't have to repent. They don't have to. And it's not my job to force them or try to push my God down their throats. But it is my job to expose the demons that are in them. And I'm going to keep doing it, whether anybody likes it or not. She likes Nature Boy. That's not a Christian. That's way she like no like once again hair flip. Okay. That I didn't get that. I'm sorry, Kim. Okay, Jacqueline says, I was attacked yesterday on popular YouTube channel. She cursed me out when I mentioned God. She told me F, yeah, and went on and on. Yeah, that's how it is. And you see how you get attacked when you try to bring the truth. You know, I was going to let Sean respond, but he's not going to come on my channel and disrespect me. He's not going to come on my channel and over talk me. It's not going to happen. Nobody is. Thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, people in this day and age, they don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear about God. And yeah, so, you know, they don't want to hear about God. They're against God. They're against the truth. They don't want to hear anything that has to do with the truth because the truth hurts them. Evil cannot be, anything dark cannot be in the light. I'm not trying to push my religion on others. I have a, you know, this is my channel, and the people who want to be here to listen to it, they're invited to come. But I don't force anybody to be here. It's me, Simon. Aquarius, yes, I do believe they need help. Absolutely. I believe that they're in a spiritual war between, you know, evil and good. But at the same time, you know, like I was saying, God gives people that choice. You know, he can't make you into a robot and say, you know what, you're either going to be good or you're going to be bad. He gives you that choice, and the people are choosing to be that way. They're choosing to be with Nature Boy. Nobody's victim blaming at all, Aquarius. No one's blaming the victims. What I'm saying is that when you're sitting in the back of a van, okay, listen to me very carefully, okay? When someone is sitting in the back of a van and you hear someone speaking about another human being whose organs were rearranged, and this person is bragging about that and laughing about that. And then you have the women also laughing about that. Do you think they feel bad for Malia? No, they don't. Who's the victim in all this? I think the family members are victims. I think the babies who might have been allegedly sacrificed, I think those are the victims, the real victims. It's about helping the people. But the only way to help them is through fasting and prayer. And you can listen to everybody else who doesn't believe in God, and you can listen to them and say, poor things, that they've been, they've been forced to do things. Yeah, they've had to be forced to do things over there in order to keep each other protected. Jacqueline says, I'm not the type to be negative, and I said I would never go on her live because I made it clear I'm not negative. I don't push my religion on anyone. I refuse to down women. I'm not promoting abuse. No, nobody should be abused at all. I mean, what can you do? I mean, 1 minute you feel bad for the girls. You really do. You feel bad, but then the next minute you see them right behind Nature Boy, and they're laughing and taunting about and making fun of somebody. Don Williams says he is mad because he's a gay demon in him. Get him out of here. Yeah, this channel is about, and I haven't swayed from this since the beginning. The only intentions I have here is to expose those demons inside these people. It's not like we understand what they're going through or the extent to which they've been brainwashed. Yeah, I understand it fully. It's called demonic possession. That's what it is. Demons. So, yeah. And Sean can go on his platform all he wants, and he can speak on me all he wants to, but it's not going to stop me from talking the truth. Period. Okay. Yeah, exactly. It's the demon that's mad. Don't talk to him. So, yeah. I mean, everybody has a right to feel how they want to feel. Just do that on your platform. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. Just, stay on your platform with your beliefs, and I'm on my platform, and nobody's going to shut me up. So yeah, I've been saying from the beginning, these people, there's demons inside of them. I'm here to expose the evil. Evil is evil, okay? And this ain't just your everyday cult. This goes much deeper, much more evil than any cult I've ever seen. Yeah. It's very true. Does anybody want to come up on the panel? I'm gonna share my link again. I mean, all opinions are welcome. Even Sean's opinion is welcome, but he's not going to come on my channel and disrespect me. He's not going to come on here and overtalk me. No, you know, it just can't happen. I control this over here. And my God controls this over here. Don says he is a troll. Where's it? He is making excuses for people who they beat each other. Yeah. I mean, I kind of understand how he feels. You know, if you don't believe in God, you're not going to believe that, you know, you're going to believe these people are victims. And they are all victims of demonic possession. And that is my opinion. That is what I see. And not everybody's going to agree with that. Because this world's full of demons. I'm telling you, it's evil. And if you can't see it, even when Nature Boy admits to it, they all admit they have demons. Even after they admit they all have demons, y'all are still over here telling me that God don't exist. Okay, that is my God. Keep my God to myself, right? No, this is my channel. We're going to speak about God, 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 all we want. And if you're a part of that, go be with that. And I just shared the link. If anybody else would like to come up, I'm more than welcome to hear what anybody has to say. Even if Sean wants to come back up. I mean, but he's going to do it respectfully. He's not going to come on here. I wouldn't go to his channel and disrespect him. And that's or treat people that way. You just don't do that. I mean, there's some people that have class and there's some people that just don't. Yeah. Exactly. And then they want to come over here and question me everything about Ryan D. Well, why don't people ask Ryan D these things? And they, even after they ask him and he explains it, they still call him a liar. They still want him, and then they keep repeating over and over again. Well, what has Ryan, has he turned his own father in yet? Well, he has made it more than plain what happened. But nobody's listening because they can't hear anything that anybody else is saying. If you tell the truth, they don't want to hear the truth. And that's on them. If you guys come in the room, if you guys could give me a like, I would appreciate that. So, yeah, I mean, instead of having all this drama and bloggers coming after each other, I've had 2 bloggers come after me now. 2 of them. When I'm not doing nothing but sitting over here telling the truth about things. So that should make you think. Like, what's really going on? So, but I'm not going to address, we're not a drama channel. We're not addressing the drama. If you want to come over here and you want to hear these demons being exposed and the evil being exposed, and you want to hear about God, then this is the channel for you. And if this is not your belief, then this is definitely not going to be the channel for you. And so I think Sean should maybe not watch me anymore. So that's all I have to say. I don't care who you are. You know, you're going to get called out on my channel if you're over here disrespecting me. It's just how it is. I don't go to disrespect anybody else. They're not going to disrespect me on my own channel. You can go over your own channel. But then even then you better watch what you say, because you know, you just don't do that to people. So does anybody else have anything they want to say? I'll tell you what, when you're trying to expose evil, you really have to just, it takes a lot. Yeah, about nothing says she's not pushing religion on others when you're just talking about God. My goodness, seriously. Right. And yeah, what is he talking about? That I'm not here to bash anybody, but I think that they all need to go to jail. Yeah, they all need to be in jail. They all need to be stopped. There's a whole heck of a lot you're going to have to do to get their minds right, for one thing, and their hearts right. Or at least, even if you don't believe in God, if they don't believe in God, there's no hope. Period. But for them to have those demons in them, they're going to have to they have to make that choice to, you know, get rid of whatever's inside of them. And then even after they do that, they need to answer for what they've done. If I go out here and if I commit crimes, or I beat on people, or starve, don't let people eat, or I need to pay for that, right? I need to go to jail for that, so yeah, you just can't come out here and commit a crime. All right, so if nobody has anything else, I'm going to get off of here for now, but I will be back to expose these demonic creatures that are inside these people, these human beings that are choosing to keep these demons inside of them. Because again, God gives you that choice. Have a good day, and God bless you all.